What's going on, Mean Street fans? It's your buddy B-Double here. I've got a special guest here with me. You may know him as the King of Dong Style because of his magical penis. He's famous dick wrestler. Joey Ryan, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Are your fans the Mean Street Posse? Is that what?
No. That's something totally different. We're the Mean Street Podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad I knew that going in.
Anyways, so we're here. We're actually in Rome, Georgia, for Next Generation Wrestling's When in Rome. You've done several things with Next Gen, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty frequently at their shows in Newport, Tennessee, and I think we did one in Knoxville, and I think one other area in that Tennessee area. But yeah, I've worked for them quite a few times.
Yeah, so this is kind of a big deal. It's the first time they've actually gone out of Tennessee, right? First big Georgia show. So we're looking forward to it. Glad you're here. Of course, all the big buzz coming off of last weekend was AEW's Double or Nothing. I know you were there for StarCast over the weekend. You weren't actually at the show, right?
No, I had a show for AIW in Cleveland on the 25th, and yeah.
So coming from a professional wrestler's perspective, because we know as fans what our take was on it, but what are you hearing on the kind of on the inside? I know you've seen some of the footage of some of the show online and whatnot. So what was your takeaway from it? What have you been hearing about it?
God, just positive stuff. Like people are really into it. People, I even told Cody this. I said this feels different and bigger than any push that TNA made or any push that Lucha Underground made or any other push that anybody made to be legit competition. This feels bigger, and it seems like it's more well received too.
Yeah. Now, speaking of competition, of course, we're talking about competition with WWE, which there has been none for nearly 20 years now since WCW went out of business. Of the big competition, you have WWE, and now, even though they're still kind of brand new, AEW is kind of that number 2 spot almost. We heard you come out, I guess it was it yesterday or the day before? Thursday. And it was Thursday. You made an announcement saying that you had decided to stick with the Indies and you weren't going to be signing with that. What kind of went behind that decision for you?
So I feel like in every job or every career, every person, the dream is to be your own boss,
right? And
to make your own rules and to be successful on your own terms. In wrestling, it's a little weird because most people think you haven't made it until you sign that away,
right?
So I just, I was super excited, and when I first became a free agent, and it was almost overwhelming the amount of attention I was getting. But when I sat down and thought about it, and this is crazy for me to think too, because, these contracts are like my dream come true.
Right.
But then I realized that I've kind of already made my dream come true. And independent wrestler being a viable third, fourth, whatever, second option, whatever, being a viable option just shows how big it's gotten and how much the fan support has helped.
Awesome. Now, would you ever put it past to perhaps down the road at some point, perhaps maybe do anything with AEW?
I mean, I'm good with Cody and the Bucks, but you know what? They're going to be successful on their own, and I'm going to be successful on my own. We might cross paths again. I'm on BTE pretty regularly, and obviously I worked with them at All In. So yeah, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility for sure. Those guys are my friends, but I mean, I think for right now, I just got out of a contract that was kind of not great to me, so I'm just not really looking to lock myself down. I kind of want to just be independent for a little while.
Yeah. Well, going back to Double or Nothing, after the event had happened, I mean, there was a big battle royal that our buddy Sunny Days was in. There was also a wrestler named Sonny Kiss, and I know that there was a little bit of controversy. Have you ever heard of a guy named Jim Cornette?
Sounds familiar. Maybe if I saw a picture.
Maybe kind of ring a bell. Anyways, he may have made some comments, then maybe you made some comments, then he's made some more comments. If I showed you the picture, you knew who I was talking about. Would there be anything you might want to say to him?
I think he just needs to be more careful with his wording, because he has a legion of followers and fans that really support him. And if he's not careful, if he uses these terms casually, his audience will pick it up and think it's okay for them to use it casually, and they're hurtful words. So I just think he needs to be more careful with his verbiage.
Awesome. Well, Looking towards down the road a little bit, what are some of the other promotions you have coming up? Some other big shows you got coming up that you might could tell us about?
I mean, I got I got bar wrestling that I do out in LA. I'm trying to think of my schedule right now because I'm pretty booked out. I've got like 4 shows every week now, which is crazy, which is great. And I mean, I treat every show the same, whether I'm wrestling in front of 5,000 people or 50 people, because, generally, no matter, the 5,000 people paid $15, $20 for a ticket, sometimes more, and the 50 people at another show paid the same amount of money to see me perform. So I try to treat everything as if it's big and everybody gets my best.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, we look forward to big things to come from Joey Ryan. Thank you so much for taking the time out, man, and look forward to seeing you here tonight at NGW.
Thanks for having me.